After a long series of misadventures, I had my transmission brake, handbrake on this car, buggered up, I guess is probably the word, because I ended up driving about 40 miles in it with it on. Car drove okay actually, but it hasn't done much good apparently to the transmission brake. But I managed to get a repair kit here for the bearings on the prop shaft, because I have a suspicion, or I've been told, that probably I've damaged all the bearings. So this is a repair kit, and I'm going to have a word with Ben at Benix and talk to him about it and see what we're going to do, because I think the car will have to go in, sort out the bearings if they need repairing, and probably the biggest problem is going to be the actual brake, the drum and everything itself. So I think I'll go up there in my Renault Aventime and have a word with him. Lovely day though.
Basically, if you can imagine, you've got a drum, obviously which is round. Let's give it a bit of 3D. Looks like that, doesn't it? Yeah. And all you have is a band, which, if you like, just goes round, all the way round to there. And here it's just retained on a solid frame,
right, okay.
so it doesn't move.
Yeah.
And then between here and a bolt, you have like a lever system, to put it very simple, like a lever, which is your handbrake. So basically, when you operate that, that will squeeze,
Right.
and that holds the drum.
Right. So what's happening? That's just been lining.
And in between is a lining all the way around.
Right. And so what's happening is that's just been rubbing all the time.
Rubbing all the time.
Yeah. So yeah.
Now, as you mentioned
Probably
on the
red
email,
hot,
the noise was horrendous. Well, what happened? That lining has gone, and you've gone metal to metal.
Right. Yeah.
And what we don't know is how much damage is done to the band and how much damage is done to the drum.
Yeah, that's what I was
Because
getting
it'll
at.
mess that up as well. And if it's gouged the drum, it's a very, very rough surface.
Right.
And you go along and put a new liner on, that rough surface will wear that liner as quick as you like. That, when I say that, in theory it shouldn't wear at all, because when your handbrake is off, it shouldn't be in touch.
Yeah, exactly. And when it's on, it's not moving anyway.
That is what should be happening. But what tends to happen with these, although they're retained there, they tend to have a little bit of a bias. And so the top surface, or the bottom, touches the drum and starts to wear it and taper it.
Right.
That's what tends to happen, and that's why you find they wear in one section only, because it's just been leaning and touching it. And that's the way it's designed. It floats on there a little bit. So.
It's funny, because when I was going there, I was aware of the fact that it was the first time I've been really on the highway with the new radials.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, it's not as straight and solid as I would have liked. It seems to be pulling to one side. Of course, it was pulling because it was binding. Well, because the brake was on then.
Oh yeah,
at that time.
it'll
It was
pull the
going
whole car. Yeah, it'll pull the whole car.
Yeah, it was
not to one side or the other. Because
well,
it's a transmission.
Yeah,
it's
of
in
course.
The middle,
But it just seemed.
Oh well, yeah, will hold
but of
you
course,
back.
I suppose depending on the camber of the road, maybe.
Yeah.
But no. Anyway. It was
so, what I'm trying to say is, I would suspect not only would you need a new band, but also the drum.
Yeah.
And so what I'm trying to ask you is, it pay you to do a little bit of
I
research
will.
on TikTok?
I'll go on the internet. And
I would.
Yeah, I'll do
just
that.
to see, because sometimes the Americans they do them for so many dollars and a kit, and it might be worth.
Yeah, I'll see what I can find. I'll see what I can find on that.
Come off, and you can put it on the lathe and you can skim it. But the only trouble with that is you reduce its diameter.
Right. Yeah.
And suddenly
it's
outside the range of what the band, because they're quite accurate.
Yes.
Because that's exactly how an automatic gearbox works. They have 3 of them, and they operate them in their various. They operate epicyclic gearing, and that's how they work. They're a lot more refined.
Yes.
basically that principle. They also have a multi-plate clutch too. So that's what concerns me a little bit, thinking that through a little bit. So whilst it's still movable, I just wonder where we can get that into operation.
If I drive it up sometime, you could just maybe just look at it. See what you think the damage be.
Yeah, just get the torch and see how much.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
And if it's done that, we know about the bearing. We can get
we
over
got the
that.
bearing.
So we got the bearing.
Yeah.
It's just the other half.
Okay, yeah.
So
okay, I'll do that. I'll do that.
So
all right. So I'll leave it at the moment. I'll bring it up just for you to have a look at.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you when I get the condenser on the thing.
Yeah, if you let me know, and then we can get that done. And,
we're getting on.
we ain't got that much more further. We've got most of the bits on, but I've just been trying to get this sorted out. I'm having to modify the brakes, the servo.
Oh, right.
Because the original one, I don't know if you know it, came in for a service in an MOT.
Yeah, you said it was service MOT, yeah.
Anyway, and there was a leak, brake fluid leak on that caliper. So we got a new kit, done all of that, and as part of the thing what I do, I pressurise it to test it.
Yeah.
And run the engine up, so you've got vacuum, put a tool on the brake pedal so it's nice high pressure so I can see it was alright. And as that was good running up, next thing is the engine started misfiring and the whole of this workshop filled up with white smoke.
Blimey.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it has a distinct smell about it as well, and I thought, well, that brings back memory, because in our youth, with our motorcycles, try to show off a bit, we used to put some brake fluid in with the fuel to get it to smoke.
Oh, really? Good little choice, thank you. Good little thing. I didn't know that.
So, of course, I thought, I don't know, and of course the brake reservoir disappeared, and the servo, which is down here, filled up full of brake fluid.
Oh, blimey.
And of course the vacuum is produced by the engine, so it sucked the brake fluid through into the engine, didn't it? That's why it misfired.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Oh, dear. It's all you needed.
So that brake servo, the cost of overhauling that exceeds nearly by £100 to have a modern servo, but you've got to convert it and fit it in.
Okay.
And I've put a modern one in there and I'm installing it. And so I'm having to chop and change and whatever.
So work out in the end it'll be better, I guess.
It will be better,
yeah.
So I'm nearly there, so I all shoot it all into there. See, it's all there, the servo all up and nice. So.
Oh, we'll be pleased when that's done.
Hello, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm good, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Long time no see.
Do you know what? The other day I had a sleepless night worrying about what happened to this Mercedes. And I thought to myself, it was there 1 minute, and then it disappeared, and now it's come to the experts for painting.
No, I was just come to pennies in this shop.
I knew you'd say something like that.
Well, your camera's rolling, I had to, because it's expecting it.
Well, it's not being resprayed though, is it?
No.
There's quite a bit of rust in there to sort out.
We hadn't managed to buy a panel from Mercedes.
Oh.
And that one, genuine Merc.
Yeah. They're nice cars, these. I see you finished your little Austin 7.
No.
Do you know, I was looking at some of those again for sale the other day, and there's so many different kinds. And they all look the same to me, but I mean, they're all different.
All different.
There was one that was about some rare one, there's only a couple
Just
of them.
got to put that wheel on and then I can move it.
What? Oh, that, yeah, on there, yeah. Is Andy still working on the lights then?
And he ain't done nothing like for a week.
Sorry, Andy.
Like,
What?
keep on and on to him. I want the whole thing rewired.
It's not a big job, is it? I mean, it's not going to take long,
Well, I
is it?
don't know what I'm doing, but I want the engine wired up.
Oh, you've painted this, have you?
No?
No, you haven't.
Oh, so I had to put a
Oh.
side panel in at the bottom.
I like that car. I want to get a picture of that when it's finished. That's nice.
Ben's got to put all the upholstery back here.
Yeah. Did a hell of a lot of work to it. Oh, I'm going to have a look at that Rover.
Farmyard, down in Colchester.
Oh. So this is an early one, isn't it?
I tells you what it is on the floor. Isn't it?
It's lovely.
It's an ex-Rover car.
Is it really? It's beautiful. God, it's super. I love that. I really do. A little model in the back window, I like that. I like his little model in the back window.
Yeah.
So, the next stage with the Dodge is to bring it up and get Ben to have a look at the transmission brake. So we've got a bearing for the brake, a new bearing, a repair kit I mean, for the prop shaft, sorry, not for the brake. But I don't know what else damage has been done to it, so we'll have a look. Okay.